Hey besties, welcome to my YouTube channel. Kama kawa kama da, and if it's your first time in this channel, karibu sana. We love visitors. If you're returning subscribing, that's what I can say. Like, share and comment, and don't skip the ads. At least watch for 30 seconds and then never skip the ads. So on today's video I'll be sharing my experience in moving out from a bedsitter to a one bedroom house, the challenges that I faced and what I learned that I didn't know. That anyone who is planning to do that, this is the video for you. So for me, moving out into a one bedroom ilikuja too abrupt. Okay, like nilikuanga nakuanga zile za I want to move, but nakuwa zile za I want to move those times. So I wasn't sure about it. So it just hit me on this one month, and we were talking with my friend called Belinda. She was like, mi nitahama. Akanipa hiyo moral. Plus where I used to stay, kanini. Unaona, what the ones that I put on the, if you used to check on my house tour, there is this dolly yenye nilikuwa nimeka on my door, and one time nilikuwa naoshewa and it got stolen. I don't know kama ni mtu alichukua kwa sababu kana kaka dolly. So I got mad at that point, and I remember calling my sister, namwambia mina hama stay kukaa huku tena. And okay, I know I'm being petty, that's being petty but I felt mad at that time, and that's when I realized that I want to move out. And then plus I sat down and I was like, why do I want to move out? I also wanted a very spacious space for my channel, and also I wanted to start up a business, and so I needed a spacious house. At that time I felt I had a small house and I wanted to expand. So those were my main reasons of moving out from my previous house now to this house that I am in. But here kuibiwa ilikuwa petty, I know, kakitu kadoli, but it was precious to me juu sijaipata kitu yako kakuhold dokatin can't ipata tena. I decided like moving out. Mimi ni ule wa nikipata hiyo idea inakuja tu, and that's a mistake. Always plan like 2 months before, so that unaambia caretaker, you know what, I'm moving out of this house, so mi nitakalia deposit, kwa sababu I'm telling you it's a roller coaster kuanza kubishana nao nirudishe deposit. So mi nikitoka, I told him that I had an emergency, and that was true kwa sababu I really wanted to start up that business, and I wanted a place where hakuna noise, it's peaceful, and it's out of town, and at a fee that I can afford. So me after nimemwambia, it was at the end of that month nikamwambia, and due atujai kuwa na vitu za kukua late kulipa my rent and everything, so it's like atanirudisha. So kumwambia, he was okay with it, and he told me after I get out of the house 3 days later nitakurudishwa deposit. Hey, I'm telling you, from that time sijairudishwa deposit. Nampigia deposit yangu ananiambia ati huyo mtu alienda majuu, so I wait kidogo, blah blah blah, all those stuff. Hopefully atanipatia, kwa sababu me I really hate when someone tells you like mmepanga na mtu it's on this day and then they give you another reason. I find it's not fine. Now hiyo nyumba, as you checked, haikuwa na any default, maybe kupaka rangi peke yake. The house is so much on point, sikuwa nimefanya damage, and that's it. So I would advise you jipange 2 months. In those 2 months ambia caretaker utatoka na usitake kurudishwa pesa yako, weka kalia deposit. That's my advice for me. Next thing, make sure that una pesa ya deposit, ya rent, kusafirisha na other cost fee. Like kama nyumba ni 8k, uko na 8k deposit, 8k rent ya maji na stima na bado kubebesha mzigo, and maybe 3k juu kidogo yenye you never know unaweza tumia wapi. And don't use that money. And you repeat, don't use that money. For me it hasn't been easy. And this point inashikana na ingine don't purchase things ile time unahama kama huna iwe exact money ya huku kwingine. Like unasema acha nitumie za rent nilipia hizi ndo nibebanishwe vitu pamoja instead ya ati minimize your cost. So another mistake that I did, I really wanted to, so niki move into this one bedroom, I was like nita move in aje, I have only one seat, so I decided like let me just buy 2 chaser seats and fanya renovation of the other seats and my puff. I didn't have that money. Nitangwa risking sometimes. I didn't have that money that I would say ati niko na hii na hii. Yenye nilikuwa nayo na nilikuwa assured I have it is my rent deposit, kuebesha vitu, that was intact. Like nilikuwa nayo. Lakini ingine it was not enough. So the mistake that I did, nilikuwa nimejipea, like nilikuwa nimemwambia nitahama on a specific date. Yenyewe shikwa I do risk a lot. So na siku anataka nikuje kwa this one bedroom, ikae nyumba iko empty, I don't have the seats, alafu tena ni another cost nitoe mali na tengenezewa viti niletewe. I saw it as a burden. So what did I do? I was less 12,000. So I took my rent, nikalipa huko kwa kiti kumalizana ndo tukuje. Ushaikuwa less, unaangalia at your M-Pesa you only have 50 bob. I'm telling you only have 50 bob. Rent haujalipa. It's a new house that you have been seeing, umezoea. Alafu anza kuwa na rent issues, arrears. Mimi stress yenye ilinishika. Stress yenye ilinishika si mchezo. Like besties, I didn't see sleep. Walai, vitu zingine zinaweza gojea. But I didn't know. No one told me that you shouldn't purchase things when you're moving out. I didn't know about that. So that was a mistake that I did, and anyway, God came through and I'm happy. Sometimes there is nimekuja kurealize there is power in kneeling down. The time that you set aside your place in your house and pray to your God, na weke place kama place patakatifu in your house, just pray, kneel and tell God, you know what, God, this is what's happening in my life. I know you know what's happening. I feel stressed up. I don't have the rent. I don't know what I'm going to do. Just come on my way and I trust you. Besties, you feel the time that you're giving up, that's where God comes through in. Like nilikuwa nimeambia huyo kiatika date 5 ndo nitakuwa nalipa. Hiyo date 5 sina hata shilingi. Adio kukula, it's like you're surviving on 10 bobs, 20 bobs, 30 bobs. Izo, I'm telling you the truth. Yawa. Tine. And one thing is that maybe you can ask someone, nando nikakuja nikalan. Sometimes it's not good to judge someone. Maybe unamuomba do and then akwambia sina. So you think if someone asked for my help, angeona maybe namnyima. Sometimes we shouldn't judge people. Like if you ask something from them and they can't help at that moment, maybe hata wanapitia shit ingine yenye hata huwezi elewa. It was my worst feeling and I hate that feeling. Ikajikuna if I said my rent, I'm never using it. Rent kwanza and then the other things they can wait. They can wait, besties. They can wait. Rent is so stressful. It has never happened to me and I hate that feeling. I didn't like that feeling at all. So mimi kukuja sina do nini 5. And as I said, there is power of kneeling down and praying. I'm assuring you that, besties. You time to yenye nimefika like I don't have cash. It come through hivyo. It just came through. I paid my rent and I was like, I got relieved. Unajua mimi usema vitu kama kukula, unaweza enda kwa beshte yako, neighbor, leo unaenda kwa huyu, next kwa huyo. Hakuna mwenye anajua what's really happening. But rent, you stress akuwa unaranduro like, rent unajua huyo mtu ananipigia nini pay. It's another stress. Kwa kama unatoka, ebueka iyo into your sense. Don't purchase things when you're moving out. kama huna hiyo exact pesa, na usitumie pesa ya rent kulipia vitu zingine. Other things can wait. Yes. And let me just check kama nimekwambia. Yes, I told you plan like 2 months early. Tell the caretaker so that you sit on your deposit. Tafuta nyumba on. Yeah, by the way, one thing is that in the last month anza kutafuta nyumba, so that ukona a lot of period of time, na pia ukue na hiyo pesa ya hiyo kutafuta nyumba. For me, I preferred using a motorbike kwa sababu it's door to door, mtenda na yeye, mtazunguka na yeye, ukitafuta yenye inakusuit, yenye inakunice. You can, unaweza kuwa unaendanga a week, unajua like maybe 3 times depending on how much you want to move out. So take a good period, a grace period of 1 month on checking out on the house that you want. Kama high fit on your kenye unataka, usi moving into that house. Tena mambo ya kuhama tena, ukihama ingine, it's another stress. It's another stress. And another thing before Nisa, how don't you dare moving into a ground floor. Usiwahi jaribu. It was my first time, so I came into this house and I was like, wow, I love the house and everything. Even though the lighting is not okay, but niko na jile pa ile hopes ya someone atahama, nita move in, blah blah blah. If nini yako ni you basically on online, don't take that shit. Kama ni ground floor na wewe ni mtu online, hata kama the house looks so awesome, usiingia kwa hiyo nyumba, kwa sababu for me I have to move out of this house, nipande mpaka 4th floor because the network is bad. Me, I'm telling you the whole truth about it. Don't you dare move into a ground floor, the network is bad. Unapata hata kuna time nime order for an Uber nikaachwa. Huyo msa Uber nafikiria nikaa nimemzimia simu, asijamzimia simu. Basically it's because the network is so pathetic. But kama unaweza vumilia maneno, why moving into a ground floor? But for me, anytime no soon, I'm never advising anyone moving into a ground floor. Plus it's so cold, besties. The other places iko ivanga socks, lakini unaona niko na socks already. It's so cold. Alafu kitu ingine, there is no that privacy. Alafu ground floor most mingi zinakuanga kidogo sana. Alafu what else? It's not okay if you have a kid, uko na mtoto, we jua ground floor is not a good place for you. Kama sunlight haigongi, na hakuna venye sunlight itagonga ukiwa ground floor. Tena ground floor utapata hakuna balcony sana, so meaning hizo takataka zitakunga kwa nyumba, na with time it starts thinking. Unless sasa I got a way of preventing that, nachukua bucket, niko na lid yake. Juzi na ukotango like on Monday evening and Tuesday asubuhi mapema. Hiyo kitu ya black, hiyo polythene ya black, ukiweka vitu, tafuta ka basin, hata a bucket or anything enye iko na lid, ukiweka tu unafunikia, so hiyo nini haitasikika, na hiyo the outdoor ile mbaya utaifeel. But don't you dare, kama unapata zote ni ground floor, we panda juu, we toka tu. Hata kama the house looks so good and awesome, you just don't, kwa sababu you will have to take another task ya kutoka kuhamisha vitu tena. But anyway, kama kitu haikuvunji, it gives you lessons, and that's why I decided to give you what I learned, and in the middle of everything that I didn't know, hawezi kukwambia. Alafu one thing they won't tell you that ground floor kunanga network, kwa sababu everyone wants watu waingie kwa nyumba zao, hakuna mwenye atakwambia. So get that from me, don't you dare. And what else? The last thing is that move out ile time unahama, usihame Saturday, Sunday. I would prefer you moving out on Mondays, because for Mondays it's a bit less hectic, watu wako job, so hakuna mwenye atakuona venye umebeba sijui nini. Na usihame usiku, kwa sababu ukihama usiku there are things that will get lost, there are things that zita crack. For me, you at least ilinisaidia. Mimi sikuhama usiku. Mimi nilianza kuhama. I started preparing like 11 in the morning. So during the day naona vitu zangu zikikua zinaingizwa zinatoka, kwa sababu usiku you never know, you can't just trust anyone. Maybe mtu atachukua kitu tu kidogo. And unakam ku realize after umekaa and then umepanga vitu zako, and you can't ask them that vitu zangu sipati sijui nini. Unafaa kujua yote imenyameleta. Make sure usihame usiku. Hata kama utaki kuonekana kenye umebeba ama kenye uko nayo, usihame usiku, and hama mostly on Monday. That's for me. Yeah, that's for me. And it worked. And anza kupanga. Unaona vitu zenye ziko kama pass nini. Anza kama una hiyo pesa ya watu wakuja kupangia wakufanyie nini, anza kupanga like 2 days before you move out. Mimi si kupanga hiyo 2 days. Mimi naamkia hiyo siku na naanza kupanga. I'm telling you, niliachana nazo mpaka nikasema to hell, watakuja kupanga. But kama financially inakunini kidogo, kwa sababu it's not easy ukihama. Mimi hii month I've been so broke. So broke. Like I can't even treat myself. But kuhama si mchezo. And tena lazima tena nianze kuanza kuweka tena mambo ya wifi, because size I have to. And then expenses, as I said, kuwa na pesa twingine hapo hivyo juu before uhame, kwa sababu hizo kuwekeshwa wifi area, tena kuwekewa all those blah 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 things, you will have to use money before you settle down. I mean, I've never had a bad month like kama hii. Iko naangalia hivi unaweka mpaka tokens za 20 bob ya estima. Si mchezo, but anyway. I'm moving on swiftly well, and I can't really complain. Alafu unapata in a way kama ni job ina decrease kidogo, kwa sababu umepea attention on kuhama, not tena before uanze kuweka poa. No wonder I said it needs uko prepared like 1 month, ndio vitu zako stop, kwa sababu mine stopped kwa sababu ya kuhama. Juu niko na huku na huku kwingine. That's all that I wanted to share about that, and I'm going to tell you the advantage of it and my experience. Yeah, maybe it might help 1 or 2, and thank you for always supporting me. Yeah, videos, I bring videos. If you are really interested in things to check, vitu inafaa kuangalia before moving into a new house, and vitu kama hizo, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so itakuwa na kunotify about that. That's all besties. Bye, till we meet again, same time, same hour. Nawapenda.